Welcome back, friends. Thanks for joining me once again. You are listening to the How to Life podcast. My name is Dr. Laura Jaggett, and this is episode 106. We are continuing on talking about business. If you have your own business or you want to start one, even as a side hustle, everyone could use a little support. Today's topic is about using YouTube for your business. So many of us use social media these days, mostly socially, and it seems easy and self-explanatory, right? It seems like everyone can do it. And if you know, you know. But if you don't know, then this episode may help you out. I am speaking with Itai Nusbaum, who started a YouTube channel called Pocket Teacher. He provides educational content to help Israeli students pass their standardized exams. His channel has become so popular that he has reached over 10% of the country. 10% of the country knows who he is and recognizes his face. That is a lot of people. He has just recently founded a new consulting business called YouTube Toolkit, where he consults and guides businesses on how to utilize YouTube to promote their own businesses. And he's here to share some tips to help you get started with your own channel or help your existing channel be better. You will find this interview very helpful, and it might be exactly what you need to hear right now. I hope it gives you a direction if you're at a crossroads, and as always, I hope it gives you the impetus to learn more and be better than you were yesterday. Hello, Itai. Thanks so much for joining me today on the How to Life podcast.
Hi, Laura.
I'm so happy that you reached out to talk about this topic, which I think is going to benefit a lot of people. We're going to be talking about how to utilize YouTube for your business. We're all on YouTube. It's all fun, but you can really maximize it and help out your company or whatever you're trying to promote. Before we get into it, will you tell us a little bit about you and what you do?
Yes, of course. Thank you. So my name is Itai Nusbaum. I am the founder of Pocket Teacher. It is a nonprofit with free educational content on YouTube. We aim to help high school students excel in the standardized exams required for a diploma. So I'm doing it for the past almost more than half a decade now. And in the past year, I opened another business, YouTubers Toolkit. It's a consulting company that helps entrepreneurs and business owners create a meaningful online video presence. After all I learned in the past few years about how to use YouTube and how to give information and how to build an online presence in social media and in YouTube in particular, I now take all of my expertise and knowledge and I consult business owners and entrepreneurs how they can really maximize the benefit for them using YouTube. The current situation in Pocket Teacher is we reach a bit more than 10% of all high school students in the country. That's a big reach. In almost every classroom in the country, someone knows me and my face and what I can give them. And they keep telling one another and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And it's so amazing. And then social media is actually a great tool for us to reach audiences like never before. So if you have a message and you want to be heard and you have knowledge to give and share, this is the episode for you.
So social media is big. I mean, everybody uses it.
Right.
Why YouTube? Why do you like that as the main way, at least for your audience? Or does it depend on your audience?
Right. So it does. And that's a great question. Okay. So I'm going to talk about a little bit about why YouTube, for me, as I see it, is the best platform for, I would say, entrepreneurs and small businesses. But of course, it depends on the business. And I'm going to explain exactly how. So YouTube is a social search engine. A search engine means that YouTube is the place for you to get information, basically like Google. Social means that we, the society, create the content, unlike Google most of the times. So YouTube is an opportunity. It is a tool to connect with our audience in a very unique way, unlike other social media platforms. Video is a powerful medium. Viewers, they can see us, they can hear us, and we can convey our feelings and emotion in a way unparalleled to other platforms. And it is when our emotions come through that the viewers become audience. We gain their trust and they are open to hear our message.
Unlike Instagram, where it's just a picture, usually, right?
So basically a video, you can have so much information about not only the product or services that we would say. Like, it's not only I show you what I have to show you, you also see me, you hear me. There's personality behind the business. You can have a parallel business on Instagram, but it is not exactly the same. So I would say Instagram is good for you if your business can be explained in one frame. If you're the kind of business who has, I'm going to show you one frame and you understand exactly what I do and what I can give you and why you should use my services, then Instagram is great for you. I'm going to give you an example. Okay. So I have a friend, she has a flower arrangements business. So that's exactly for Instagram. So she can convey her expertise, her knowledge, her taste, her aesthetics, everything in one picture. And it's not really crucial for you to know her as a person, right? So you can see the flower arrangements she makes and how she makes them. And you can see, okay, I like it, I don't like it. If I need someone who makes flower arrangements, I can look at a portfolio, I would say, in Instagram. And then I can decide if I want to buy her services or products or whatnot. So I would say not all businesses can use Instagram that way. Sometimes when you need to explain something, when you have a more informational business, more of a, I'm going to show you how, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to explain, something like that. So YouTube is perfect for that because you can make and explain a video on YouTube and then you can deliver a lot of value and people can really see your expertise over time and in many videos. And B, they can connect to you. They can learn who you are, all of your perks and your personality. And they can connect with you in more, I would say, more personal level. Mm-hmm. And even when they will ever want to buy a product or hire a service, they would say, okay, there's this guy, I saw like dozens of YouTube videos of him. He really knows what he's talking about. And I really need X. And I know he has it. So I'm going to check his website because I already trust him. Right. I feel I know him. So it is when you have the trust that you can convert, I would say, viewers to customers. And building trust with videos is much more credible, I would say, than with just a still picture.
Now, for people like you and me, we're teachers and we have teaching content on our channels. Can any kind of business utilize YouTube? Like the flower arrangement lady, for instance, could she utilize YouTube?
Yeah, definitely she can utilize YouTube. As I see it, the businesses that can most benefit from YouTube is what I call a personality business. If there's a face for your business, let's say you, people can connect to you through YouTube. So it can be a flower arrangement business. Like if you want to show your face and to show what you can do and maybe to teach some basic arrangements, you can show not only the product, but you can show the process behind it. Even you don't have to teach how to make it, but you can show how you make it. Like, I don't know if you ever saw some artist painting a giant painting and it's so captivating. And even if he's not showing you how to paint, it's still interesting to see how he picks his colors and how he blends them and whatnot. So sometimes the process itself is very interesting. And I can learn a lot about you and your personality and your expertise through watching you work. So if there's a personality for your business, I would say you can definitely use YouTube.
There should always be a personality for your business, no matter what it is, because who are you going to trust if you need to pick a plumber let's say.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
going to
great
pick somebody
example.
that you've seen them, you've heard them speak, you've seen them in action. We get attracted to the person. How do you set it up? How would a business go about setting this up? And maybe even before that question is the question of the algorithm. I don't even really know what that means, but I know it's frustrating. How can you set it up to position yourself well?
Right. So these two questions are actually one. I'm going to answer both of them together,
good.
but I'm going to do it slowly. It's going to take a few minutes. Okay. So here we go. The first step is to ask yourself, who is my target audience? So if you have a business, you have a target audience, right? So if you have a YouTube channel, you have a target audience too. Like, who do I want to hear my message? And the second question is, how can I help them? You can just upload videos and do stuff and whatnot. But if you don't know what is your message and who are you aiming to deliver the message, you're going to be all over the place. So first, before you even do anything, just ask yourself, who is my target audience? What is my message and how can I give them what they want? So there's some thinking to do. Once you figure it out, you need to think, how can I use videos to deliver my help? So I'm going to give you an example, okay? Last week, I talked with a client. He has a jewelry business and he wants to make more prominent online presence. He wanted to use YouTube to get more customers. So we started like a mentoring program. Up until now, we have basically rings and you can see how beautiful it is. And so he said, I'm going to just use Instagram. Why would I use YouTube for that? And I said, of course, you can use Instagram to show people how beautiful the jewelry is, because that's one aspect of your business. You have beautiful jewelry. But if you want to add a personality to your business, you can have explainer videos. I told him, I would like to see a video that explains how to pick an engagement ring. Just for example. So I have no idea. Like, I got married, I bought an engagement ring, and I did it basically on a whim. I went to a store and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Is it supposed to be so expensive? I don't know. What are my options? There's so many videos you can make. Like, what is the difference between different kinds of gems? Or how do I know the quality of a diamond? And I would say most people don't know this stuff. So you can definitely add your personality with videos and expand your brand to be not just the one who sells jewelry, but the one who is actually an expert in jewelry. You can definitely use videos, but you need to do it mindfully. You need to think, how is video better than a blog post? How is video better than a picture? So that's the second thing you need to think about. Now you can just go and actually set it up. YouTube is trying to make it as easy as they can for us to open a new YouTube channel. So all you need is an email address. If you have an email address, you can just go to YouTube, you enter your email address, and bam, you have a YouTube channel. The last step of starting a YouTube channel is uploading a video. I would invest more time in thinking, who am I giving this video? Why do they really need it? What am I putting inside the video? And then that's 80% of my time. And 20% of my time is actually producing the video. And I would say, make the simplest videos you can make. And there are several reasons why. So first, you can make more videos that way. And if you can make more videos, you can learn more about content creation process and about your audience when you have more videos, because you're going to have more data to understand exactly how to do it. And you can change more easily. If something doesn't work, you can change to another. Because if I'm going to take 2 weeks to produce one video, and after 5 videos, I'm like, okay, this is not working, I have to do something else, I already worked so much. But if I have like 2 hours for a video and I made 5 videos and it doesn't work for me, it's not so bad. So I can change, I can pivot my YouTube channel if I'm not making super fancy videos. And also, I would say it will remove a lot of stress from you to make a simple video, and it's going to be cheaper too. And I would say the bottom line, and the question we started with was, you asked about the algorithm, right? So the answer is simple. If you think about all these questions and you actually deliver for people, you optimize for humans what you do, the algorithm is going to do the rest. Everybody's so afraid of the algorithm, right? How can I optimize my thumbnails and titles and whatnot, and what video length, and how do I do? Like, there's so much we can talk about, right? But if you're just starting out now, be mindful with your content. If you make mindful content and you actually aim it to a specific group of people you know exist, the algorithm will do the rest, because YouTube is super smart. Like, the algorithm is super, super sophisticated. And its only job is to match your content with your audience. That's what it's supposed to do. So if you can be clear with your message to your audience, they will pick it up. And if humans can pick it up, the algorithm will pick it up too. Of course, you can make it better over time, but when you start, that's the mindset you should have.
Have a message, keep it simple, and just serve your audience, and everything else will work out.
Exactly.
Where do you see people go wrong in the beginning when they're first starting out on YouTube? Do people go wrong and then figure it out and then have to come back and correct?
Yeah, I think many people are focused only on the video aspects of YouTube, and they forget about the channel aspect of YouTube. So basically, every YouTube channel consists of videos, of course, but there's also the channel itself, right? So the channel is how all of your videos connect to one another. And this is actually a place when you deliver your message and you explain who you are as a person. That's the place when people go to and they know if they're in the right place or not. Because how it works, I watched your video and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what else she has, right? So there's a tiny icon on the bottom. So I go to your channel, and that's the place where I can understand if I got to the right place or not. Because then I have all this information in many different ways that basically explains to me, you are my target audience. I'm doing this for you. And if that's the message I see, I'm like, oh, I'm in the right place. So I'm going to stick around. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to watch more videos. And so don't just think about, I'm making videos. Think about, I'm making a YouTube channel. I have one message, and it's under this umbrella. I have many different videos, but there's always should be one main idea that connects all of your videos together.
I know a lot of people, and this was true for me also. I was afraid to start because I was under the impression that I needed a lot of equipment. Also, I had no experience on video production. I didn't have any experience about any of that. And I was really afraid until I realized that you don't need that much. What do you need?
Right. So, oh God, that's a soft spot for me, because everybody says I can't start a YouTube channel because I don't have a $4,000 camera or whatnot. So I'm going to be very clear about it. I reached 10% of all high school students in the country. I still use my super cheap smartphone to shoot my videos. It's like a $50 smartphone
You
that
guys
I already
can't
have.
see it. I'm looking at
right,
it.
so
It's not an iPhone.
You can see it, but yeah, I know you can see it, but it's very simple, okay? And I can shoot videos with it, so that's enough. And you don't need 4K, many different lenses and from different angles and whatnot, and fancy animations. There's always more that you can do, but you should remember, when someone is searching for an answer, I want the answer. It's nice if your video is super beautiful and super aesthetic. It's nice. I wouldn't say it's not, but I'm looking for the answer. You can have the best quality video and fancy production, and you don't deliver the answer, I'm not going to watch your video. So be mindful what you give. Okay.
That's very true. And if anybody is afraid to do their own video because they don't think it's going to be good, think about when you're searching. You just want the answer. You're right. No one cares.
Like, how to do
I
this?
don't care. about the
Right.
bells and whistles. They're pretty, but if it doesn't tell me what I need to know, I'm out of there.
Especially when you start.
Yeah.
If you start a new YouTube channel, don't invest anything. If you have a phone and there's sunlight where you live, that's enough. I still use sunlight and my phone to shoot my videos.
What
Okay.
about the audio? Do you have a mic or you just use the phone mic?
So I do have a tiny mic, a tiny lapel mic that
Yes.
I connect to my phone. It cost $14. I bought it out of Amazon. That's my entire expenses on my YouTube channel. That's it.
You don't need anything to start then. You just need a message and a desire to reach your audience, and you can do it. Now you go and audit people's existing YouTube channels, or you help them start out. You mentor them as well. How do you help them improve their channels? What do you look for when you go and audit a channel?
Right. So basically, I have this giant checklist that I look at it. It's from, I would say, video production and audio quality and design and how clear is your message and how did you build your channel and not just your videos and all the video features and navigation features and whatnot. There's a lot to uncover in every video and in a YouTube channel, I would say. But the special thing about what I do with other businesses is that I make it super clear for them what is the next step. So basically, there's two options when I work with clients. So I can either do one-time audit. I'm going to take a look on your channel and I'm going to check everything I need to check. And then we will meet and I will explain to you exactly what are the next steps you need to do and how to do them in order for you to get the progress you want. So it's basically like a jump start. Like I'm going to guide you to where you need to go. And from there, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to give you some books and stuff, some ebooks that I wrote, and you can read, you have the information, and I explain to you what you need to do. And from now you can go on and do your thing. So that's option number one. And there's some people who wants more hands-on. They want me to be more involved in their business. So we have an entire consulting program where I take them like hand in hand and we meet every other week. And then they have all the questions and I give them like homework, like in the next 2 weeks, we are aiming to these and these goals. And we're going to make a clearer message. And these are the steps you need to do. This is what you need to take. This is how you can take them. And then you have 2 weeks. I'm going to check it. And then we're going to keep on going for several months until we establish the basics of your YouTube channel that you can actually utilize for your business.
What are some of the common things that you see in your audits where people could improve to help their stats? Well, content is most important, right? Content and message. That's what you look for first. But then also, how about like the channel cover art or putting your things into playlists?
I wouldn't say the channel cover art is the most important thing.
No.
But what I usually see is if I go to your channel homepage and I don't understand who is the target audience, you have a problem. If there's one thing I need to understand, is it me or is it not me? And you have many ways to achieve that in your homepage. I would say that the first one that comes to mind is the welcome video.
Yes.
Okay, so there's actually a video that triggers automatically when someone goes to your homepage. And this is a video platform. So people usually tend to watch videos. They don't always read your entire channel art. So if there's a video playing, I'm going to watch it, at least for a few seconds. And I was surprised of how many people don't use welcome video at all. And if they do use welcome videos, it's sometimes another video they already have in their business, and it's a selling video. It's a features a product video. This is not a welcome video. Welcome video is basically, hey, I am here for you. This is me. This is you, right? So, and that's the welcome to my channel. So I was surprised of how many people don't use it. That's a great feature to use in any business. So
I didn't know about it initially. And I guess that's one of the things you offer. Like if somebody's new and they don't know how to set it up properly, you'll take them through those steps. And making a welcome video is like making any other video that you're putting on your YouTube channel. You just tag it a different way so it shows up on that welcome slot.
Right. It's not a special video, just
No,
a
it's
regular video.
nothing.
And it's even simpler. It's supposed to be short.
This helps you also deliver your message. To be able to say what you do in 60 seconds is huge because, again, think of yourself when you go to find something out. You don't want a whole backstory. You want to know right away, who are you? What do you have to offer? Does this relate to me? Oh, it does? Then I'm going to stay.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things you help coach people along, because a lot of people are scattered. They're not very clear. And so they're throwing out all kinds of things, hoping something will stick. But if you already know what you're going to say, you know what your message is, you know what you're offering, you don't have to worry about hoping things will stick. You are making specific content in that genre.
Exactly.
What are a few steps that people can do right now if they have a YouTube channel to go ahead and look at their channel and see where they might be able to improve or correct?
Besides checking your homepage and making sure your message is clear, I would say your thumbnails and titles. What people don't know about thumbnails and titles is actually their purpose. We always think about, I want to grab the eyes, I want people to click on my thumbnail and stuff like that. But there's actually a very clear purpose to each one of them. The purpose of the thumbnail is to make you, and listen to this, to make you read the title. That's it. That's it. The purpose of the title is to promise you what you're going to get from the video. So there's, look at my title, this is my promise. So if you understand that your thumbnail is just going to grab someone's attention, not to the video, to the title, and the title is the promise, you're going to see a lot of advancement in your videos because it's going to help you make clearer thumbnails and clearer messages and clearer promises. And through that, you're going to make better videos because you have to think in advance. Before I'm going to shoot a video, what's the promise? What are they going to get? And you want them to click only if they are interested in the promise. You don't want any clickbaits. You know, people think, I just want as many views as I can. This is not true. I want quality views. What it means, I want to show my content. I want to give my value to people who are actually interested in this value. Because if I'm doing clickbaits and someone just enter my videos and he's like, oh, this is not for me, this is not what I'm looking for, he's going to bounce out. And then I have this bounce issue where YouTube definitely going to get it. And my channel score, quote unquote, is going to get much lower. And YouTube is not going to suggest my videos to other viewers. So I want to make it super clear. You should click the video if this promise is interesting to you, if you want to get this value. So think about the promise you can give and think about how to make a very simple and clear thumbnail. It doesn't have to be super informative. There's no one formula fits all. It's just understand the purpose behind it. You want to make them read the title and you want to make a title that is actually the promise of the video. And of course, when you make the video, you have to deliver the promise.
Itai, will you please tell us how people can find you and where they can go to reach you for your services?
Right. So you can find me at youtuberstoolkit.com, which is the yt-tk.com. So it stands for YouTubers Toolkit. So it's yt-tk.com. And I have a special page for How to Life listeners.
Yay.
You can go to yt-tk.com/how to life. And there's an ebook for you on YouTube fundamentals and how to start your own YouTube channel. And we talked about it today, and you can learn more from the ebook.
That's great. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you coming on today. Thank you so much for sharing this. YouTube is not scary. If anybody thinks it's scary to start, it's really not. I think you're going to explain it even more in the YouTube Fundamentals book. I appreciate that. That was a surprise. I didn't know that was coming. Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Itai. Thank
of
you very,
course.
very much for your time.
Thank you too. I had a great time.
So much good information there. I hope you enjoyed that interview. If you did, please give a 5-star rating on your podcast player. You can find out more about Itai Nusbaum and YouTube Toolkit on his website, yt-tk.com. All of the contact information will be in the show notes at howtolife.com/106. If you are in scaling your business mode, here's some other podcast episodes that may help you out. Itai mentioned his ebook, which, let me tell you again, you can get on his website, yt-tk.com/howtolife. Ebooks are a great way to give over information and make some money. You can learn how to do that in episode 44. Also, go back and listen to episode 104, The Benefits of Online Coaching and Community, and the last podcast, episode 105, How to Network When You Have No Leads. We all have to start somewhere, and it's best to get off on the right start with the right advice. You're just going to end up saving yourself a lot of headaches later on. All of the links I just mentioned will be in the show notes, or you can just go directly to my website, howtolife.com. And since we are talking about YouTube, please follow me on my YouTube channel, How to Life, Dr. Laura Jaggett, and watch all the mominars that I have there on basic life skills and how to get through life. Subscribe there and subscribe to this podcast as well. That is all for today, friends. I thank you for spending this time with me. I will meet you here again next time. Have a beautiful day and a fantastic week. No fear, you got this.